Hi, I'm not sure if anyone's actually out there yet because it's not showing any viewers on the screen. Oh, I've got one viewer, and we're waiting for another sort of 5, 6 people. So hopefully some more of you will be joining soon. Just to give you a little idea of the screen, I don't know if all of you can actually see on the left-hand side of the screen there are some widgets, and there is a Q&A widget, so please do use that to ask me questions as we go through. We've got a few more people that have joined us now, which is fantastic. So yeah, please use the widget on the left-hand side, the Q&A one, to communicate with me and to ask any questions. For those of you that are new, I'll just introduce myself. I'm actually Tanya Hemphill. I'm the program leader and one of the tutors on the new Masters in Digital Marketing. So for those of you that are actually joining the course and coming on our induction next Thursday, you'll actually meet me face to face then. For those of you that have chosen to do the first digital marketing strategy and planning module, which starts at the beginning of October, I will be your tutor. So I think we've got 5 people here now, which is fantastic. But rather than just talking to the screen, as I said, if you can see the Q&A widget down the left-hand side, please do send me a question. So just to test, could you sort of someone out there send me a question through the Q&A, or even just introduce yourself? That will be fantastic. And if you can't see the widget, then we have actually set up on Twitter a hashtag, so please feel free to use that, and it's hashtag UOC for the University of Chester, DM for direct for digital marketing. So please use that. That's hashtag UOCDM. So if anyone's got any questions, please feel free as we go through. Oh, I'm not sure what's happened there. Okay, in actual fact, we have actually got a technical hitch. It looks like the Q&A feature has been disabled on my Google+. Hey, technology. Beth, I don't know if you want to come and have a little look and see. And here's my handy assistant, just to see if we can get that back up and running again. Right, okay. No, when we did a test run, the Q&A sort of section did work, but it looks like it doesn't seem to be now. So please use the hashtag, and we'll be keeping an eye on the tweets as they come through. So for those of you that have joined us today, let me give you a brief overview of the new Digital Marketing Masters. As some of you are probably aware, if you don't want to go straight into doing a master's course, we have got options to actually do it so that you can do a certificate or a diploma, and you can actually pick modules. So you could do a certificate in digital marketing, you could do a certificate in digital media, or you could do a certificate in digital media and marketing. The great thing about the course is that it's IDM accredited, so that's the Institute of Digital and Direct Marketing, and all of the students on the course will automatically gain IDM membership. That's fantastic news, because the IDM is the only institute that Google have partnered with, so we do get regular updates from organisations such as Google. And the actual course itself is actually delivered in a modular format. What that actually means is that it's designed for both people that want to study part-time and people that want to study sort of full-time as well. So there are, for each module, there are 4 full face-to-face days, and they are divided into 2 Thursday, Friday, full-day intensive sessions. And then in between the sessions, there'll be support via an online discussion forum where the tutor, such as myself, will be uploading questions and giving reading material, and people will go into the forum and discuss ideas. And it will basically mean that as we go through, you can actually find out what's expected from you in terms of your assessment, but also it's peer-to-peer learning as well. So I'll just check and see if we've got any questions so far. Right, so we have got a question. Are any of the new digital marketing modules going to be incorporated into the current management MSc degrees? The answer to that is that at the moment we're not planning to. However, if it's something that students do want, because of the modular format, that is something that we can look to do because it's about credits. And also the great thing is that you can actually get a master's degree that's negotiated through work experience as well, through another department at the university. And as part of the accreditation process and validation process, they've agreed that you can actually do a module which is potentially 20 credits, and that will count towards your end qualification. We'll just check to see if we've got any other questions coming through, so please do tweet. Just to let you know again, the hashtag is UOCDM. UOCDM is the hashtag if you want to ask any questions, but some of you may find that you can use the Q&A widget on the left hand side of your screen, so we're also keeping an eye on those questions as well. Okay, we've got another question. What is the hashtag? So just to let you know again, it's hashtag UOCDM. So that's for the University of Chester Digital Marketing. We're just going to check to see if you've got any questions. Okay, nothing at the moment. So what I'll do, we'll keep an eye on that. And while I'm keeping an eye on that side of things, I will just go through a little bit more about the course. So the first part of the course is going to be on the 3rd and 4th of October. And it's a Thursday, Friday. It's a full day, 9:30 to 4:30. And we're going to be exploring digital marketing planning and strategy. So this is the first part, that in order to actually work at a strategic level in digital marketing, you'll find out the frameworks that you can use within work, within your business, or when you go out to work, so that you actually know that your actual digital marketing is planned rather than very random, and you have clear outcomes to achieve. This particular particular module is at the beginning because it's the sort of thing that you really need, that when you go into businesses you can sell your ideas to senior management, and you can give them a very clear format in terms of how you're going to, what you're going to do within your role, and how you can achieve organisational objectives through digital marketing campaigns. You can also obviously use this element not just for the digital side, but to also incorporate it within a more an overall marketing plan. So once again, we'll just check if you've got any questions in terms of the course, any questions in terms of the first module, please do not hesitate to ask. Okay, we've just had a question just put up. What are the differences between this IDM accredited degree and the CIM professional diploma and other CIM accredited courses? Very good question. Now, what I can sort of talk about in terms of the CIM diploma, digital diploma, they actually have something called a CAM, digital marketing diploma. I've actually taught on that course for another organisation in the past. And it's actually the main difference is in terms of level. So the CAM sort of qualifications, or the CIM qualifications, tend to be at a more of an undergraduate level, and they don't put things into context as much as our master's qualification does. So for example, all of you, when you do your assessment, your assignment, you will have to do it in the context of an organisation. Now, that might be an organisation you're already working for. It might be an organisation that you are trying to get as a client. It might be a potential client, or it might actually be an organisation that you admire in an industry sector that you're interested in. So within your learning, you will find out about sort of various digital marketing tools and techniques, and you will have to put it in context of the organisation, and you'll have to do it at a very in-depth strategic level. So what I would say is that the CAM qualifications are at a lower level. If you're trying to get a qualification that's going to propel you in terms of in your career, then a digital marketing master's is obviously one of the highest qualifications that you can get before you actually go on and do something like a PhD or a doctorate. So it is at a high level, and employers do know that. And the great news is that if you do this course, or you do certain modules on the course, you can then sit a 3-hour exam and also get an IDM certificate in digital marketing. So you would actually end up with more than one qualification. And that's at no additional cost. That's included as part of the course fees. So once again, I'm just going to check to see if we've got any more questions coming through. No questions coming through. So it's quite difficult to know what else to discuss if you know, if we haven't got questions. So please use the hashtag. The hashtag on Twitter is UOCDM. Hashtag UOCDM, and also we're just keeping an eye on the Q&As as well. If you are going to study full-time, the course takes just over a year. If you're going to study part-time, the course takes around 3 years. but you can, because it's a modular approach, you can defer units, or you can actually take additional units sooner if you want to gain your accreditation sooner. One of the key elements of this particular course, and one of the reasons why we've developed it, is, as you're probably aware, there's been a lot of research about skills gaps for marketeers, and most marketeers, the skills gaps are within the digital side of things. This course is actually a joint course in conjunction with media as well. You will find that some elements are actually your tutors are from the media department, and some of your tutors are from the business department. What you'll find is that all of us will have experience in the area. I personally have been working in digital marketing since 2000. I'm probably showing my age a bit now, but I've worked for various .com startups, and I've actually set up a e-commerce site myself as well. Well, I've set up two, and I've run a number of digital businesses, as well as an agency that had sort of digital services. So I have got a very strong sort of entrepreneurial background in the digital side of things, which is why I'm the lead on this course, and I'm very passionate about it. So, as I said before, please ask questions as we go along. Use your Q&A widget on the left-hand side of your screen. If you haven't got that, then please use the hashtag on Twitter, UOCDM. So once again, I'm just going to see if we've got any other questions coming through. Okay, how much are the course fees, and how do you apply if you're a UK student? The course fees are actually on the website, and as is the link to applying. And off the top of my head, I can't remember, but Beth, my lovely assistant, is just going to write it down for me just to remind me. So there's two different ways of paying. One of them is that you can pay up front. The other one is you can pay on a modular basis per module, if you are interested in particular modules, rather than going full out and going for the masters straight away. So the full-time masters for UK students is £5,400. If you are an existing or a previous University of Chester student, we've got something called a golden ticket that we can tell you about on an individual basis. A certificate is from £1,800. And when you consider how much face-to-face and support you get, as well as obviously a qualification behind it, we are actually one of the most affordable courses in digital marketing. And because of the skills gaps, you'll find that actually there are very few people that can do digital marketing and actually have a qualification to back it up. There are lots of people out there that claim they can do it, but they don't have qualifications, and when the employer takes them on, they find that perhaps they can't do everything that they've said they can. So obviously the huge advantage with having a university qualification that is in context of business is that you will not only develop your skills, but it's a really good, strong thing to have on your CV. I'll just check now to see if we've got any more questions coming through. So just to remind you, it's hashtag UOCDM on Twitter, or please use the Q&A widget on the left-hand side of your screen. So I'm just going to have a look to see if anything else is coming through. Right, yeah, we've had another question. Are there any funding stroke scholarships available to UK students? The answer to that is not at the moment. You can get a discount if you are a former or a current University of Chester student, and please ask us separately and individually about that if you have studied at University of Chester in the past. Other than that, I'm afraid not, but we do have various payment options, so you can do it on a payment schedule rather than paying everything up front. And also, I believe that the government also actually do career loans as well. If you do feel that you need a loan to help you with your study. I'll just now look once again. If you've got any other questions, please send through. See if anything else has come through. Okay. Actually, I can signpost you to a link that where you can actually find out a little bit more information about a scholarship that might help you. If you look at www.chester.ac.uk/campus-life/finance/PG fees, I've just been informed that there are actually a couple of different things available, including a sponsorship. So please have a little look at that if you are interested in finding out about sponsorship opportunities. And I think that Beth is actually going to just put a link onto our Google Plus site if you want to just link straight through, and I'll also ask her just to put it onto our Twitter site under the hashtag UOCDM. So if you've got any other questions, please send them through. I'm just thinking about some of the other questions that I might have. Some of the other questions that sometimes crop up is what's the difference between a master's course and an undergraduate course? If you've actually done a degree in the past and you're thinking about doing this course, you might kind of wonder, what is the difference? You know, what are the expectations? Firstly, I would say that we're here to support and guide you and to give you information. We've got some brilliant guest speakers that are also going to be coming in from industry, but equally at this level you are expected to go and find out more information yourselves and to kind of learn from each other. So obviously one of the advantages with doing it through doing this sort of course through university is that we have got an amazing library. We've got access to brilliant digital marketing journal articles, access to newspapers, and access to lots of reports, market research reports like keynote reports, which will really help you if you are working or you are working on an assignment, which will really help you understand the industry sector that you're doing your assignment and your assessment in. The other areas is that it is in context of an organisation. So this course isn't hypothetical, it isn't theoretical, or you know, it's in context. So you will produce things that that mixes theory with practice. So you'll find out best practice on a particular area of digital marketing, such as search engine optimization, Google PPC, pay-per-click. If you're not sure about these terms, then obviously they're things that we'll go through within the course. So please don't worry if you don't know what I'm talking about, because we will explain. And you will look at best practice, how things are progressing in the industry, and put it in context of a particular scenario. So whether it's an employer, a potential employer, a hypothetical organisation that you admire, or something like that, you will need to show that you have a clear business understanding. And as part of that, we will look at things like making sure that your plan, your digital marketing plan, is realistic and practical. So in terms of your actual studying, the key thing is to be critical, and we will help develop your critical analysis skills as part of the course, which, to be honest, are fantastic skills, not just within an academic environment, but also at work as well. So if you're doing this course so that you can go up to the next level and you want to be a manager and you want to earn more money, then having critical analysis skills to be able to actually see different sides of the story, to be able to do really strong, robust research and to justify your reasons for doing things is really going to help you. I think that's one of the key things, that when you are doing this course, rather than just making a fleeting statement, you will need to back up and justify what you're doing. So it makes it very robust, and that's why a master's is so highly regarded, because it will take you to the next level, and it will in your work as well. I'll just see if we've got any other questions cropping up. Okay, I realise that probably one of the difficulties is that if you are looking at the screen, you might not be able to tweet as well, but please do use the hashtag UOCDM if you want to tweet a question, or the widget on the left-hand side. We're keeping an eye on both sides of things for any questions that you may have. I think the other key thing is that on an individual basis, you might have some other questions. So what I'll also do, and Beth will provide this as well, is give you my email address so that you can get in contact with any additional questions. If you want to get in contact via Twitter, my Twitter handle is Digital Tanya. And if you want to email me on an individual basis, or you've got any questions that perhaps haven't been answered here, my email address is t.hemphill@chester.ac.uk. It can also be found on the course pages of the digital marketing website within the University of Chester. And by the way, Hemphill is spelled Hemphill. Sometimes I do get all sorts of different spellings of my surname. So that's t.hemphill@chester.ac.uk. So please send through any questions. I'm just going to see if we've got anything else. Okay, what connections do we have with industry in terms of possible job opportunities following graduation? At the University of Chester as a whole, we've got very good contacts with industry. And one of those things is because every student at undergrad level has to do a 5-week placement, which means that we've got a whole database of sort of different businesses that are interested in students and people that graduate from university. We do have job opportunities coming through, mainly on a local basis rather than a national basis, but also we've got connections with digital agencies in the local area. And in actual fact, the actual master's course has been developed in conjunction with a leading digital marketing agency called Blue Leaf. So what you'll find is the actual course has been put together with an agency to make sure that the skills that you learn on it will be completely relevant and completely sort of linked to what industry require. So yes, we have very good links with industry, and we do have jobs coming through. From a national level, there are lots of great websites that we will provide you with the links that will help you with your job search. And also here at the university, when you do become a student, we also have a great careers office that can help you improve your CV, look at sort of some of the skills required in job hunting, such as interview skills, that sort of thing. So when you become a master's student, you can also tap into the other areas that the university provides, including the careers department. I'll just see if we've got any other questions coming up. Okay, nothing else yet, so please feel free to send them across if you've got any further questions. The key thing about this course is that it is very much linked to the industry, and it's aligned to the industry. We're keen to help people not just increase their knowledge, but also use their qualification to gain a really good job and really good careers. There are lots and lots of digital marketing jobs out there, and lots of businesses are really struggling to recruit on them, because finding people with the right skills, with the right qualifications, is very difficult at the moment, because it's such a new industry sector, and it's growing at an enormous rate. So you will be able to go away from the course with some really strong sort of skills, some really strong knowledge in all aspects of digital marketing. So that could be anything from, as I said, putting together a really robust strategy, right through to the fundamentals of affiliate marketing, the advantages and the disadvantages, so that when you're in a scenario, when a boss asks you or a client asks you, well, okay, what do you recommend? This is my issue, this is what I want to do, what do you recommend, how do you recommend we go about it? Not only will you have answers, but you will actually have the knowledge to back up and justify your your suggestions, and I think that that's one of the key things about being a master in a particular subject. It gives you a brilliant framework to learn about things perhaps you haven't even thought about. I mean, one of the key things with the master's course is that you go in with a certain level of knowledge, but you go away and it's just, so much higher than when you started. You'll find that you'll understand jargon, you'll understand ways to go about things, and you'll understand new methods that can be used for your particular company, for your or clients, if you are planning to set up a digital agency after doing this course. It really will give you a strong foundation in those skills. If you already have some marketing background and experience, I think the key thing that you'll gain from this is that you will understand how to integrate your current knowledge with digital, and you'll understand the advantages and disadvantages of both areas. So, for example, we talk about unique selling points. We talk about segmentation, all of those traditional marketing sort of tools and ways of doing things. From an online point of view, the principles are the same, but the technology might be different, and some of the ways that you may go about doing these things might be different as well. So we will look at online value propositions, we'll look at the customer journey, and we'll look at things like Google Analytics and analytics packages, and what information that you can look at within those packages that will help you make really strong business decisions or justify digital marketing or business decisions with your boss or with whoever you're working with. So you'll find that it will give you a really strong background. What we won't do as part of the course, because it's also worth mentioning this, is teach you to use Twitter. We won't teach you to do hashtags or things like that. We would expect you to sort of try and find that out for yourselves, the really sort of lower level tactical sides. But what we will do is look at how you can use Twitter to engage customers, how you can use it for digital transformation, how you can use it for growth hacking, how you can use it to gain a return on investment for launching or developing or increasing sales. So it is at that kind of more higher strategic level. So please feel free to send through any questions. As I said, it's quite strange just talking to a computer screen and not having any feedback. I do like feedback, so please send anything through. No questions are silly. This is for you, and you know, this session is to really help you decide whether this course is right for you, or if you kind of are in the process of making a decision to find out if you know, get you to the stage that you're ready to actually make a final decision. So I'll just check again on Twitter and on Google Plus just to see if we have got any more questions coming through. Okay, yeah, we've had a really interesting one from Nicola. What are the entry requirements for the course? The entry requirements are kind of different to an undergrad course because not all of you will have a first degree. If you do have a first degree, then obviously we will take that into account and we will look at what grade you've got. But if you haven't, or your first degree was a while ago, we will look at your industry experience. And the reasons why you want to do the course. So if you've actually worked in traditional marketing for years, you've never done a degree, then you are still a good candidate for the course. So just because it's a master's, don't let that put you off if you haven't done an undergraduate degree. Every application is looked at on a separate basis. I personally look through them, and if you've got a strong background in terms of experience and you really want to do this course and you justify your reasons for doing it, and you know, I can see that you're going to put time and effort into learning, and that you're going to put it in context of a situation perhaps you're working, then that will be taken into account. Equally, if you you've done a first degree, you haven't got much experience, or you've just got a little bit of experience, you know, for a couple of weeks, that sort of thing, that will equally be sufficient. What we're planning to do with the course is actually buddy up people that perhaps have got a very strong sort of educational background where they've only recently left university, they're used to studying, alongside people that have the experience in working in the industry, so that you can actually help each other. Because what we do realise is that not everyone is going to be at the same level on particular things, and also not everyone's going to have the same prior experience. We're going to get people that perhaps did their degree 20 years ago and can't remember referencing or can't remember sort of the academic side of things, and we will help and support you in those areas. Equally, we've got people that are absolutely fine in those areas, but they haven't really got much work experience, so putting things into context is going to be a little bit more challenging for them. It is a small course, so you will get very much a personal experience. You'll have access to tutors, and there'll be drop-in sessions. So if you're finding that you are struggling on particular areas, come and speak to myself or the course tutor, and we'll help you or direct you into the right area, just to upskill you in those sort of areas of things, elements of things. We do realise that until we actually get to meet you face to face and we find out what your strengths and weaknesses are, it's something that's an ongoing process, and we will help and support you all the way on that one. Please send through questions. I'm going to have a little look now to see if we've got any more. Sorry if I keep sort of turning away. We've got you on the big screen. How about placements? That's a very good question. Now, the course itself doesn't have a formal placement. However, we obviously encourage you to go and work within a digital company, because that will help you with your assessments and your assignments. The great news is that this course has been developed in conjunction with media, and media have something called the Hot Room, which is basically part of the department whereby companies will come in and ask for students to work on particular sort of projects, where we've also got, as I said before, very strong links with industry. In fact, next week I'm going to a digital garden party where we've got about 40 digital agencies from the region all gathering together. I also, do a lot of networking with digital agencies. So it's something that we will be developing, and if you come onto the course and you're particularly keen to get experience in the digital marketing area, we can actually contact some of our sort of companies that we have access to and we have a relationship with, and we can help you look for those opportunities. We are very much a university with strong links to industry from undergrad point of view. So for example, the marketing and public relations undergraduate course has 100% employability rate. As a university, we have a really high employability rate, and that is because from within the business department, we have the contacts with industry, and we will help and encourage you to get experience through different elements. If when you come on the course you are really interested in getting a placement, we will certainly work with the careers and the work-based learning department to help you do that, and also use our contacts as well. So we offer a business masters here at the university, so there's also contacts through that masters course as well. So I'll just have a look to see if we've got any other questions. Okay, here's another really good one. With everything turning to digital, do you think that the relevance of a general master's in marketing is less attractive to employers now? Right, very interesting question. This isn't what I would call a general master's. I think that's the first thing to say. A general master's would be an MSc in management, an MSc in marketing. This is very niche, it's very specialist, it is a focus on digital marketing. Therefore, it's not a generalist approach. Yes, there's a huge turn to digital. Budgets are being upped in the sort of digital area by organisations. Small businesses realise that digital can provide them with really, new customers, can provide them with new opportunities to develop products and services, and can provide them with two-way feedback and really a really in-depth understanding of their customers and their suppliers. But not everyone knows how to use that. I mean, if you look at social media, lots of people out there may use social media, but very few people know how to use it on a strategic level to gain sales, to gain engagement with customers and suppliers, or whatever their business objective is of using it. Yeah, my view on that is that this isn't generalist, it's very, very specialist. And the reason why we've developed is because this particular course is because there's a need for it. As I said, the CIM and Marketing Week, the IDM have all published statistics that show that the challenge for marketing professionals is to understand digital marketing and how it can help their organization. So these are marketing professionals. Lots of people don't understand mobile and mobile marketing strategies and app development, right through just to the basics of search engine optimization, content management, sort of those elements. So this is a specialist degree, and it will provide you with specialist skills and knowledge to gain the positions that organisations just can't fill because they can't find people with the relevant skills and experience in digital marketing. I think we all know, and actually, we've got 7 people logged in today, and that's because you all recognise that digital is such a huge element of of business, of organisations nowadays. And when I say business, I also mean charities. I also mean government. The government's made a huge commitment to increasing our digital capacities and capabilities. And regionally, the Manchester is the second biggest digital hub in Europe, with London being the first. So I think that just gives you a really good and strong idea of the environment and why we've decided to develop this course. It takes a long time to get a course like this developed. It takes a long time to get it through approval processes. It's taken me 12 months to get here, and that's because the university recognises through robust research that there are going to be more and more jobs in the digital side of things, and this is a specialist subject that there are people here that can teach because we've got specialist skills and expertise in these areas. I'll just check again, sorry if I look away, to see if we've got any more questions coming up on Twitter or on the Q&A. We've actually got a few more people that have joined us, I'm pleased to say. So for those that are new, if you look on the left-hand side of your screen, you should see a Q&A widget. Use that to send through any questions, or alternatively, please tweet with a hashtag UOCDM. UOCDM, which stands for University of Chester Digital Marketing. So I'll just see if we've had any more through. Okay, an interesting one here. What will the pay scale for hashtag digital marketing professionals? What will it be? Right, now that's a very interesting question, and the answer is it depends on the organisation. I don't want to give a wishy-washy answer, but what I would say is if you want to gain an idea of what industry professionals are paid, have a look on econsultancy.com and have a look on their job section, and I think Beth is probably going to just type in where to go. I would say that what you'll tend to find is that an entry-level digital marketing exec is probably looking at a salary of about 18 to 25,000. And when you're talking about a senior professional, sort of, a digital marketing director, you're probably talking about 80,000 plus. And then obviously you've got the scales in between for managers. Generally, a good digital marketing manager will be earning between 40 and 80,000 pounds a year. What you'll also find is that there are opportunity to join startups that may also give you equity shares in the business. And if that's something that interests you, you could make an absolute fortune. I'm not saying that you're going to go and join the next Facebook, or you might. If you had shares in Facebook, just think about what they would be worth now. So there's lots of opportunities, and some very good digital startups will actually bring digital marketing professionals within their team and provide equity. So that means that you partially own some of the business, and when the business perhaps is being bought to sell, or as it goes through, if if it's gaining a really good income and profits, then you'll get a share of the profits, or you will get a share of the final amount that the company's been sold for. So it brings lots of opportunities and new opportunities that we don't even know exist now. So, for example, mobile is a huge growing element of the digital industry, as is content marketing. And content marketing strategies. So if you enjoy writing, you'll find that there's lots of jobs out there for that sort of side of things. And equally, search engine optimization, digital PR, they're all things that there's huge requirements for. And one of the things that I think is very interesting is that in the US they actually have jobs for growth hackers, which is a sort of a form of marketing, coding and data analysis. So and that's apparently something that could potentially grow in the UK as well. It's an area that I'm going to be researching in very soon and that I'm very interested in. So if you come onto the course, I can tell you all about it. Yes, the industry has got a huge number of jobs. Even if you just look on the Guardian website under marketing, you will find that nowadays nearly every marketing job has some element of digital marketing in terms of a requirement, skills and knowledge. It's something that you will find that at the end of the course it will be hugely beneficial to you and your career. I'll just see if we've got anything else cropping up in terms of questions. Okay, we haven't really got any more questions coming through, and we're actually coming to the end of our Google Hangout session. So what I would say is that if you go away and you sort of think, oh gosh, I wish I'd asked this, please email me or tweet me, or tweet WSM, the Warrington School of Management, and we will help you with those additional questions. For those of you that have already booked onto the course, we'll see you on Thursday for the induction. And that's one thing I would say: if you are very, very interested in this course, make sure that you get your application in and sign up ASAP, because we have our first induction next week on Thursday. But the way the course is run means that we also have another program starting in January. So you will find that if you are interested in this course, but it's just coming up too soon, then you can apply now for the January intake. And we'll be keeping an eye on the hashtag, so feel free to use it after this Hangout's finished. And hopefully you found the session useful. And your questions have been answered. I really do hope that this has helped you. And I'll just check for any last-minute questions in the next 5 minutes. Otherwise, we will be sort of hanging up our Google Plus boots and moving on. But the other thing is, if you have found it useful and you want another session, then please do not hesitate to ask, because we're here to make it as easy as possible for people to get information, and sometimes that reading lots and lots of text isn't the right way to do it, and actually having these sorts of things might help you a little bit more. So I'll just see if we've had any tweets or anything else come through on the Q&As. And also I just want to thank Beth as well, Beth Morris, our programme administrator. She's been frantically typing away, putting up links for you, and obviously you'll have access to the video in future as well if you want to sort of listen back, or you missed perhaps part of it as well, because I know some people actually came on board a little bit later within the session. So any last minute questions, please tweet or send through now. Otherwise we will be logging off. So I'll just wait a couple of minutes just to see if we have anything else through. It's a shame I haven't been able to see you. I'm just looking at myself the whole time, which is a little bit freaky. But and for those of you that I'm going to be meeting on Thursday, really look forward to sort of get going with the course. And as I said, we've got some fantastic guest speakers coming through, and we've got some really exciting content, really sort of best practice, up and coming areas, and our aim is to make you the best you can be in digital marketing. We always view here it's better to be an innovator than a follower, so we'll be encouraging and helping you to do that within your industry or within the business or sector that you're working in. So I'll just have another look to see if we've got anything else coming through. Okay, we've had another question about course fees and duration. We've been through the course fee and duration part before, but I will just sort of go through it again. If you are in the UK, and then the course fee is £5,400 for the entire course, or you can actually do a certificate from £1,800. If you are a University of Chester former student or student, then you do get discounts. So please ask us about those. If you are an international student, then there's actually a website that you need to go to for more information, because it does vary according to particular criteria. So Beth will actually put up the link to the International Fees, Scholarships and Finance for you so that you can go through. In terms of course duration, generally for international students it will be over the course of about 16 months, so just over a year, for you to actually do the course. We actually have a course schedule put together for full-time students and part-time students, and you can find that on the website within the MSc Digital Marketing microsite. So Beth will put up the link to the microsite, and there'll be all of that information within that section. Okay, I think we've come to the end of our session now. So thank you very much for watching. As I said, any other questions, please do email or tweet them through. Beth has put all of the details on our Google Plus site, and they are also on the Chester University website as well. And I look forward to meeting some of you very soon. As I said, the course starts next week. The induction is on Thursday, and then it starts at the beginning of October. If you miss this intake, don't worry, there's another intake in January. Or if you are just interested in taking one module, just to see what it's like, to see or to learn more within that particular sort of area, then there's also the option to do that as well. I hope the session's been useful, and hopefully I'll see some of you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.